We're following some breaking news, a live look at court where the accused Gilgo Beach killer just appeared. We are awaiting a statement from the DA. Let's take a listen.
Allegations. So this is the first step in the process of proving those allegations. So we look forward to undertaking that process. We've spoken to the victims. The victims are not going to be making any. They've elected not to make any statements at this to the media at this time. They want to maintain their privacy. They are obviously interested in the case, but they're not going to be speaking to the media. So that's about it.
Which family members were here? Which victims' families were here? Some of them in court today. Do they want to be here for every update? What's it been like for them?
So as you can imagine, it's a very personal thing for the victims' families. So we're going to support the victims' families. They make the decision as to what they do, where they go, who they speak with. So I would never speak for the the victims' families, other than to say, we're going to support them in whatever it is that they want to do.
Are you aware if they were here today?
There were some victims. There were some victims who were family members of the victims who were here today.
Which victims?
I'm not going to discuss that.
Can you explain what that order of protection you got the defense attorney to agree to?
So there's just certain conditions with regard to the disclosure of materials, and that's something that was worked out between the court, defense counsel, and ourselves, and that's standard procedure. It's under seal.
What was disgusting?
You said it will take a whole month to go through.
I'm sorry?
Voluminous, you say it will take a full month to go through.
You're talking about 13 years worth of investigation. So it is. I'm not going to speak for defense counsel, but suffice to say, it is a massive amount of material, and don't forget, it's continuing. Because the investigation is continuing, so we're talking about a massive amount of material.
You have a task force that's been in place, and we understand that you want to keep it in place and also expand your cold case unit. Are you getting tips about other victims who may have been found on highways or roadways near where Heuermann may have lived or where he may have frequented? Are you getting new tips that are valuable to you?
We receive tips on, in all cases at all times. We take those serious and we work through them, but we maintain the confidentiality of the investigation up until the time we can bring charges.
Can you say what was discussed in chambers in the long conference before?
It was basically what I just elicited, what I just spoke to you all about, which was the discovery schedule and the manner in which we were going to get this massive amount of discovery over to the defense. It has to be done in a way that makes sense for the defense, but also makes sense for us as well, so they can understand what they get, and we're able to catalog and identify, what exactly it is we provided.
Last time you said that you had some case. Last time you said that it was some stories about the DNA for the 4 victims. It's already progress about that.
So the investigation is continuing, but once that investigation is concluded, we'll have more to say. But that investigation is ongoing.
Last week you said the scores of evidence gathered at the Nichole Berlie home would take time to sift through. How much of what was handed over today is from last week's search?
It was placed on the record, specifically what we turned over, which is part of the court record. I don't think anything specifically from the recent searches has been turned over.
There are some reports that Heuermann's soon-to-be ex-wife is upset at the way the house was effectively turned upside down. She might try to bring forward a case. What's your response to that?
She could pursue whatever remedies she feels are necessary.
If things are proceeding as they have been, do you anticipate a trial? You do not anticipate a plea deal?
I don't anticipate anything. I anticipate that we have to show up every day. We have to comply with our discovery requirements, and we'll negotiate the case in good faith with the court and defense counsel and see how it plays out, just like any other case.
What's it like for you as DA reading this case?
I've led many cases. Last one being in 2019. So this is what we do as prosecutors.
Is it imminent that you might go before the grand jury to seek additional charges in this case?
As we've said, we've worked through the grand jury process. That grand jury process is continuing. The good thing about the grand jury process is we can subpoena witnesses and evidence, but it's also secret. So we'll maintain the secrecy of that grand jury until the grand jury has acted.
When is your term up?
We're not going to discuss specific terms with regard to this or any other grand jury.
What happens next on September 27th, and what needs to happen between now and then?
So what needs to happen between now and then, we need to continue to comply with the discovery requirements. We're working with the court. We're working with defense counsel. That discovery is going to be going out on a rolling basis. And as was indicated in court, it's a tremendous amount of material. So we're going to continue to provide that. Obviously, the defense is going to need time to digest all of that which we're given.
Do you anticipate a date for the end of discovery? This process is going to take a while.
It's going to take a while, and we just need to be productive, and that's something that we'll work out with regard to both the court and counsel.
When we spoke at the home, you said nothing jumped out initially from what you took from the home. Has that changed since then?
So when I say nothing jumps out, I mean, you wait until all the facts are in.
And joining us now is Jesse Weber, NewsNation legal contributor. Jesse, thank you so much for joining us. So you just heard the statements from the DA. Let's just get your initial reaction to start.
Yeah, and first of all, let me apologize. When it's breaking news, you got to jump on no matter where you're. I was in the middle of a podcast talking about this. So yeah, there's nothing really outside, that's the surprising about this. This is very standard. Discovery is a major issue in these kinds of cases, whether it's a high profile case or not. So the idea of what has to be turned over to the defense in this case is significant. And clearly there is a mountain of evidence that needs to be turned over to the defense because they need to mount a defense. I talked earlier on the program about what that might be and whether or not they could explain away the DNA evidence, the burner phones, the searches. There's some sort of benign reason. And so they want to see what the prosecution has and then ultimately figure out and mount a defense for Rex Heuermann at this point.
Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.